I mean, and you could even start lying down on your back if that feels a little more supportive tonight. It's getting to be that time of year where as the sun is setting and the evening is coming on, sometimes it feels really nice to cocoon in. So if that feels good for you, please honor that. So when you find your seat, allow yourself to settle into your breath. And maybe bringing your breath into this place in a way that it hasn't been here before. So maybe we inhale for a count of 4. You can exhale for a count of 6. Inhaling for 4. And a steady exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And inhale. And exhale. One of our guiding thoughts for this week has been a quote from Charles Bukowski. And he said, "Drink from the well of yourself and begin again." Drink from the well of yourself and begin again. So in tonight's practice, let's give ourselves permission to begin again. And allow this to translate off of our mat, off of this sacred space that is our Yin Yoga practice. So we fill our well tonight with each breath, each shape. And allow ourselves to begin again. Now from our seated position, let's just come right into our yogi toe stand. And we'll only be here for like a minute, but this is just going to bring some awareness to all of those meridians along the foot. So just coming up kind of onto the balls of the feet, the hands are down, and we're kind of scrunched up in a ball on those feet. And if that's not comfortable at all to come onto the feet like that, then I'll just invite you to kind of come into a forward fold, but shift the weight into the balls of your feet. If you can't scrunch into a ball, come into a forward fold with the weight on the balls of the feet. Otherwise, kind of scrunch down with those heels lifted. Activating those meridians along the top of the foot, tops of the toes. Letting the elbows be either locked or loose. There's effortlessness in the arms. Maybe gripping the floor just a little bit with our feet and then just letting them go. And then perhaps inhaling for 4. And exhaling for 6. Inhaling for 4. And then a 6 count exhale. And one last exhale. And then let's come right onto our stomachs, maybe lowering those knees down, letting the tops of the feet come to the ground, and then stretching those legs long. And let's lie down onto our stomachs. Our hands can stack on top of each other like a pillow, the side of the cheek coming onto the hands. And let's just pause here and rest. Letting that compression that we had behind the knees kind of settle. Into what we call our rebound, where that chi settles and moves in the body. And that is where the power of our Yin Yoga lies, is in that rebound. Maybe noticing the heart beating against the ground below. And inviting in that sensation and that truth of being supported by Mother Earth. Now let's inhale. And on an exhale, let's just bring that right leg over to the side so that knee is in line with the hip, and maybe the ankle is below that knee. The left leg is long and we're still on our stomachs. This is our tadpole. And I'll show you from the other angle. So we're on our stomachs, and then the knee is to the side, and that ankle is either kind of out if that shin feels better at an angle, or it can be below the knee. Opening up the hip just a little. And if you prefer to not be on your stomach, then our other variation is to bring that left leg long, and we can bring the foot into the thigh, the inner thigh or inside of the knee, and let the knee drop out to the side and kind of lean back. So find what's going to support you in filling your well. And allow yourself, your eyes to close and your awareness to go inside. In our Yin Yoga, we surrender in the shapes. We don't hold the shapes, we surrender. And we surrender in the shapes anywhere from 3 to 5 to sometimes 7, 10 minutes. So allow yourself to really sink in. Maybe the breath supports you in doing that. Maybe you find the mantra Om to fill your space or your breath. Keeping your mind at anchor in the space. Our Yin Yoga is a really nice balance to what many of us have in an active lifestyle. So our Yin brings our central nervous system into balance. So that sympathetic nervous system that allows us to get up and go can be just at the right setting. And then our parasympathetic nervous system is also dialed in so we can have balance in our life. So feel your well being filled with balance as we harmonize the nervous system. And just going with the flow of the breath. If you feel a deep breath coming on, allow the breath to be deepened. And if you feel a shaky or a shallow breath, just let it be so. Don't resist it. Just allow it to be what it is. And then begin again with a 4-count breath, perhaps. And a 6-count exhale. About 1 more minute on this side. So maybe you're going to savor the last few moments, or maybe you endure the last few moments. But let it be exactly what it is. And we'll close this shape with 3 breaths in and out. So on your own pace, just breathing in and out 3 times. After that last breath, let's just bring that leg in to the midline, and you can rebound on our stomach unless you want to come onto your back. So you can rest on your stomach, maybe turning the head to the other cheek and resting the other cheek on the ground. And our rebound is just our moment where the body is neutral. So that energy that we kind of compressed, or the tension that we've created in the shape, this neutral position allows the energy to flow freely again. And simply observe, and then let go of observation and just be. So visualizing Mother Earth supporting us as if she had her Hands together, palms upright, holding us in the palms of your hands. That motherly love, nourishing, renewing, just listening. Now one more deep breath in and a deep breath out. Now whether you're on your stomach or you're on your back, extend the left arm up, off the top of the mat or in towards past the head, and roll onto your left side. So we went from the stomach, the left arm kind of as a pillow. You can lay your head down on your bicep, or if you have a blanket or a pillow, just place that on the arm gently. And now maybe we bend that left knee up just kind of like a kickstand, and let's just bring the right arm up and let it come back. Maybe it comes onto a pillow behind us or a couch or just something where it can just lie on, but opening up across the chest and that shoulder. We don't want any pain. A little maybe discomfort is okay, as long as it's not pain. The lung and the heart meridians run across kind of the clavicle shoulder area down the arm. So imagine you're lying on your side in bed and your dog is behind you and you're going to pet your dog. That's kind of the best way to describe it. But then rest your hand on your dog. So that's where that pillow or cushion behind you supports that hand, the arm. And as we activate this lung and heart meridians, sometimes the emotions that go along with those organs might come up, maybe fear or grief or joy, that inner happiness. So just knowing that our yin practice is a physical practice, but it's also a somatic experience. Sometimes our emotions are the biggest part of the practice. Letting our emotions or the physical sensations serve as messengers. That thinking side of us can receive those messages. And just letting go. Letting whatever needs to be here with us right now. Maybe noticing if your mind keeps going back to a certain thought. And perhaps Inviting your mind to hold that thought for after practice, and you can come back to it later. Maybe coming with the attention to the heartbeat of the breath. Let's offer the breath in and the breath out. Then a breath in, a breath out. Then a final breath in this shape. Let it go. And an option to either kind of unravel, bringing that arm to the side, and you can come onto your back, or if you want to come onto your stomach again, you can rebound on your stomach, but finding a neutral position that will support that energy in settling into the body. Maybe that means you hug your knees into your chest, or you bring your feet to the ground. Just like that snow globe that we shake up and then glitter and snow is in a flurry. It's kind of like the chi after a shape. And as we rest, it kind of settles and lands exactly where it needs to be. So that inner landscape of our being is as idyllic as possible, so it can function optimally and in harmony. Let's bring our awareness to our low back, and just for a couple of breaths, hug those knees into the chest. And just massage that low back on the ground. Just drawing some circulation there with the movement. And we're going to come into either our supported bridge or our Sphinx pose. So if you have a block, I'm going to show you an option with a block. So from your back, bring your feet to the ground, press the feet into the earth, lift the hips up, and then bring a block just underneath the sacrum. And then you can bring those legs out long. And then the arms can come up and overhead. If that feels okay, you can also leave the arms down. So we can come into our supported bridge. We'll only be here for like 2 to 3 minutes. So this is an option. And if that doesn't feel good, or if you don't have a block, you can use blankets underneath there, or you can roll onto your stomach. And with your legs long, your feet maybe wider than hips distance, you can bring the elbows under the shoulders, or maybe a little bit in front of the shoulders, and lift the heart just a little bit. In both of these, we're compressing the low back. So whatever feels right for you. And just imagine any fear or worry is being soaked up into that block, if you're on a block. And if you're on your stomach for your Sphinx pose, just imagine that any fear or worry that you have just sinking from that low back into the hips and then into the earth to be received and transformed, giving back and letting that energy recycle. To be used in a different way as a different messenger for someone else. We're about halfway done. Always listening to our bodies. If there's ever any pain, that's our ticket out of the pose. So that's when we come out of the shape. If it's just a little discomfort, then that's different. One of my teachers says that we always like a cookie. We always like it when it feels good, but sometimes we need a Brussels sprout. If you're on your back, gently draw those feet to the ground, the knees to the sky. If you're on your stomach, lower the arms in front, and you can lay on your stomach or roll on your back. If you're on that block, press the feet down, lift the hips, remove that block, and just melt into the surface below you. So whether you're on your front, your stomach, or your back, melting into the surface, an option to hug the knees in if you're on your stomach or on your back. Or if you're on your stomach, you can bend the knees and drop the feet out to the side. As you feel the chi moving in the body, let that be symbolic of your well being filled. Now a deep breath in. Let it go. And another deep breath in. And let it go. And if you're not on your stomach already, let's roll over onto our stomach. And then we'll just begin on the other side. So with our stomachs down on the earth, let's bring that left leg out to the side. The knee comes out. The right leg is long. Then lying down on the hands with the cheek on the hands. That gentle kind of inner hip stretch. And if that doesn't work for you on this side, Then the option is that right leg long and that left foot in. And then maybe just lean back either on a bolster or a pillow and let the leg come out to the side. So if you don't like it on your stomach, then you can kind of lean back. So the right leg is out, the left leg is in on the inner leg. And then I like to kind of lean back on a bolster. And I'm propping myself up, leaning back on the arms. Yeah, so the left leg is out, and see my right leg is out and the left leg can come in. Yeah. And it's just kind of slight, and then we lean back on that pillow, and that's kind of when we start to feel the stretch a little bit, is when we lean back. Maybe we lean back all the way on the ground, so it's like a fallen tree. And breathing into anywhere in the body where you notice a physical sensation. Breathing into anywhere in the body where you might notice an emotion. And perhaps befriending what you feel. Being present with what you feel, what you notice. Recognizing it as energy that's bubbling up. Energy that's within the body. And be present with that energy. And breathe towards that energy. And breathe out. And let that energy pass through you. One thing about our Yin Yoga is that it allows us to get really close to ourselves, to get really close to our inner truth. And it helps us notice who we are, who we truly are. Just a little bit of stillness can go a long way. Now, whether you're on your back or whether you're on your stomach, as you breathe in these 3 in-breaths and 3 out-breaths to close this shape, feel the back or the chest pressing into Mother Earth as you breathe and close the shape. And after that 3rd exhale, bringing that left leg out long and either rebounding on your stomach or on your back. Just feel that chi flowing through the body, settling through the body. Closing the eyes and just basking in the power of the subtle body to respond and move to these beautiful shapes that are so powerful in moving energy. Now on your next exhale, rolling over towards that right side, bringing a pillow kind of towards the left side so it's behind you, because we're going to come into the right arm is up and out, and you can rest the head on the right bicep or a blanket on that right bicep. When that arm is out, you can bring maybe the right leg out so you have a little bit of stability on the side body. Because we're going to bring that left arm up towards the sky and then kind of behind us to rest on that blanket, to pet the dog behind us. Just feeling that chest maybe open a little bit, creating room for the breath. The lungs and the heart opening to create space for emotions or to release any emotions. And then we breathe. And we surrender here. Our emotions can be messengers if we notice the energy behind them. The same thing with physical discomfort, also manifestation of energy. But let the subtle body sort that out. We create the space with the shape, with the breath, with the intention And then let our body take care of itself, like it has done for so long. Perhaps moving the angle of that arm that's behind us. Seeing a different position feels like a little deeper of a opening, or maybe less of an opening, knowing that more isn't always better. But we can intuit where that Goldilocks spot is for the arm. Perhaps tuning in to the micro movements in the body. Close the eyes. Maybe notice how that chi feels in the body. Now 3 more in breaths and 3 more out breaths on the side body. And after that 3rd exhale, just lifting that left arm to the side, and maybe bringing it out in front, letting that shoulder regulate just a little bit. And then when you're ready, you can move that bolster out of the way, and let's set up for our final rebound, moving right into Shavasana. So maybe you spin Shavasana flat on your back. Or maybe you have some props for it, but find a rebound first. Maybe hugging knees into the chest if you want. But feel that chi kind of unravel or spread out from that compression on the side body. And whenever you're ready, finding Shavasana. If there's any movement that you would like before you find your Shavasana, maybe finding that, maybe arms go above the head. And allow your Shavasana to be the ultimate moment where you really sink into the surface and you feel completely supported. Allow yourself to begin again. To drink from the well of yourself and begin again. Sometimes we begin again every minute of the day. Sometimes it's once a week or once a month or once an hour. Whatever it is, know that it's okay. Know that it's necessary. And allow it to be. Again, Mother Earth, lifting her hands to meet you right where you are, to hold you and nourish you. And to support you in beginning again. That yin energy that we cultivate, filling our entire space. Let those shoulder blades sink into the earth, melting into those outstretched hands of Mother Earth. Our entire being cradled in the palms of Mother Earth. Allow yourself to be cared for. Allow yourself to be comforted, listened to, Imagine Mother Earth enjoying your company. Allow yourself to relax and renew in the love, in the support. Let's slowly bring our awareness back to our breath. Feel the rise and fall of the breath in the body. Let's inhale for a count of 4. And exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 1. Pause, and then exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, and exhale. And then fall back into your natural breath. Whenever you're ready, just gently rolling over to one side and then pausing on your side body. Feeling that connection to yourself, that supporting connection to the earth. And then when you're ready, just gently pressing up to a seated position. And you're also welcome to roll right back onto your back or to stay on your side. Maybe placing your hands in your lap or in your heart center in prayer. And then we'll exhale and inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.